Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Marcia Barker.
And we are here to do a review of the first of the Hulu Into the Dark movies called The Body.
Yes.
Now, again, Hulu Into the Dark is a series straight to Hulu that is once a month they drop a full-length horror movie about an hour and a half long that has to do with the theme of that month. Mm-hmm. Now, The Body was month one, having to do with Halloween. There was Flesh and Bone for month 2 and Thanksgiving, and then there was Puka, which we just finished our review of for Christmas.
Yep.
I don't know what the rest are going forward, but rest assured we will be covering them because we are going to be reviewing The Body, which I thought was silly at first, but it actually ended up playing out a lot more serious, and it actually got to the seriousness a lot quicker than I anticipated. But it's basically about a hitman that has killed a mark, and he essentially is tasked with presenting and or disposing of the body by 2 a.m. the next morning, and it's Halloween, and while he normally is very professional about it, he has a method for how he does things on Halloween. He has done it this way before, where he just literally drags the body most of the way and finds ways to get the body to the destination on Halloween, which is a bit of a contrivance for sure.
Sure.
But it led to fun storytelling. Yeah. So this hitman is dragging a body around on Halloween, and people are basically like, "Cool costume, dude! That looks so neat." So that is the premise of the movie. The hitman has to get the body to the place by 2 a.m. or else risk losing his life because the person that brokered his request, or the request for him, does not take no for an answer, obviously.
Yeah.
So my overall thoughts were, I actually thought that this movie was going to be very scant. I was like, how can they make an hour and a half movie out of this? But surprisingly, they really squeezed a full hour and a half movie out of this. And it didn't feel like, okay, it's dragging on too long. It actually was like, wow, what's going to happen next? Because it followed the body for the most part. And I was like, wow, I can't believe how much story they're getting out of following a dead body.
Right.
Your thoughts?
I thought it was kind of funny and a little amusing because it kind of, at first it reminded me of the game Hitman.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Obviously, Hitman.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because Pete plays that game all the time, and I just, remember, when you play this game, there are times where you're literally dragging a body places, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like watching it, really happen in real time, because people are just like, oh, cool, whatever.
Wow, that looks real, bro.
Can I give you a ride?
Yeah.
Let me be your best friend. And it was interesting. The acting was horrible all the way throughout. There was a notable face that it's escaping me. One of the main dudes was actually somebody who's been on other shows that I've noticed before, and I can't remember. Sorry.
Sorry.
I recognized you at the time. But at the same time, like you said, it was interesting because you're like, what? He's going from point A to B to C, and then there's a twist at the end.
And then he's meeting characters along the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's dragging the body, and the first group of characters he comes across, just to get to the story a little bit, is a group of college kids going to a party, and one of them's like, dude, this is the greatest costume ever. If you come with us, then we'll totally be legends because, it's the entrance that counts. And they're like, your costume's badass. Will you please come with us? And basically, because cops were walking literally up the street towards them.
Somebody sliced his tires.
Somebody, shredded his tires and spray painted his car. And the cops were coming towards them. And so he's like, you know what? I'll go with you to your party. So he goes to the party and is like, okay, I had your drink. Now give me your car keys. I got to get out of here. And before they can go anywhere, they end up basically finding out that he is indeed a hitman, and then he starts killing them in order to take care of the witnesses. And not only that, but he happens across a girl who he is at first really attracted to before his cover's blown, and then it turns out she is kind of into the weirdness that he gets up to. So it all sort of spins together as the movie goes along in a very obviously over the top fashion,
Right.
but it was entertaining.
I like the part because the group of kids ended up with the body, and they're trying to figure out a way how to get rid of the body
Because they realized that he is going to frame them for the murder of the body.
right.
Somehow they figured that out.
They decided that's what was happening.
Yeah.
So they decided they go through all these. They're looking on Google on how to
How to
get rid
dispose of a body.
a body, and it was entertaining. And then along with the guy, the hitman is using the techie girl to locate them so he could get the body back so he can get his money.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like, dude, where's your car?
A little bit.
A little bit, but dude, where's your body kind of thing. But
Where's your body, dude?
yeah, but in a darker sense. So it was entertaining. If you forgive a lot of things.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to be very forgiving of this movie and just enjoy what's happening.
So the story is silly, obviously, but the effects weren't terrible. What did you think of the effects?
I mean, it was basically all practical, right? There was nothing spectacular. There was when they're cutting up the body and they're trying to dissolve the body, the gunfights and the brain splatter. I mean,
there was actually more
similar.
practical effects than you'd expect, but the body was the predominance of that effect, just in different various states of being. So overall, though, it was a very entertaining movie. It was better than I thought it was going to be. It didn't reach quite the levels of Puka, but I thought it definitely was enjoyable. I thought the second movie was even better, though, Flesh and Bone. So you should check that out.
I still need to see that, but I do see the very big difference between
the
body and Puka. It was a big difference, and when you think about production and story, and just follow through. But they're getting things ready and they're getting things going. So I think every month, if they planning on doing it past the holiday season or
it's gonna be a full year.
A full year, okay. Well, we'll see how it goes, but it seems like they are getting better as they go. It's kind of like, when Netflix will put anything out, but I feel like Hulu is trying to really dial in on what it is that their audience is looking for.
I don't think you're wrong. So, but you would recommend The Body to people?
Yeah, I would say watch it. I mean,
if you have a Hulu account, especially.
Yeah, if you have a Hulu account, watch it. I would watch the whole series because you're gonna see an evolution that's gonna be enjoyable. I mean,
they don't tie together, but
it's like an anthology. It's like
it is an anthology. Yeah, it's a big anthology series.
It's a year of anthologies, so each one is fresh, new characters, new actors, new everything. But it's still going to be an evolution of craft. So I think as we go on, we'll enjoy it more and more. Hopefully, they're just going to get better and as they dial into what it is that their audience is looking for. But yeah, I would say if you're watching Hulu, you like horror, you might as well jump in there, get your ideas going, and enjoy it.
Sure. I think you're right. Well, why don't you guys let us know in the comments down below. Have you watched The Body yet? Are you on to these Hulu Into the Dark movies yet? If so, what do you think? Like I said, let us know in the comments down below. Until next time, though, I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Ruxpin.
And remember, stay scared.